Welcome to Pattaya Info, your trusted voice in the heart of Thailand, where every light hides a story and every shadow whispers a truth. I'm truly glad you're here tonight, because what you're about to hear are the moments that shaped this week in Pattaya, moments of surprise, sorrow, courage, and reflection. Take a deep breath, and let's step together into the pulse of this city. It began as most nights do on Pattaya Beach. The air was soft, the breeze warm, waves shimmered under golden streetlights, and tourists wandered along the sand, cameras in hand. Among them, a young man from India, his first night in Thailand, full of wonder and excitement. He had checked into his hotel, had dinner, and decided to take one last walk by the sea before calling it a night. He didn't know that in just a few moments, that peaceful walk would turn into a nightmare. Two smiling figures approached him. They greeted him with charm, laughter, and playful words. They moved closer, friendly, confident, and as he tried to step away, they suddenly vanished into the crowd. He reached for his neck and froze. His gold necklace, worth 70,000 baht, was gone. His heart pounded. He shouted, ran, looked around, but the night was too crowded, too fast. He rushed to the tourist police center nearby, just meters away, where safety is meant to be guaranteed. At the station, he trembled as he spoke, his friends standing beside him, trying to calm him down. Police took notes, listened carefully, and reviewed CCTV. Somewhere in those silent recordings, they hoped to see the moment it happened. A quick touch, a faint smile, a quiet theft under neon lights. And yet, this isn't the first time. Pattaya Beach has seen this before. Tourists deceived by friendliness that turns into trickery. Despite 24-hour patrols and security cameras, these stories keep surfacing, tiny reminders that even paradise has its shadows. As the investigation continues, one question remains. How can such a crime happen? Just steps from those sworn to protect. And maybe that's the story of every city. Beauty and danger living side by side. Across town, under the same night sky, another scene unfolded. Not on the beach, but in front of a small porridge shop on 3rd Road. It was almost 10 p.m., and the street was quiet except for the clatter of dishes and distant motorbikes. Then, a scream broke the calm. 69-year-old Mrs. Nu, a gentle grandmother known to her neighbors, had been attacked by her own grandson. Witnesses say he demanded money for snacks. She refused. He became angry, and what began as words turned into violence. When rescuers arrived, she was bleeding, dizzy, terrified. People nearby had rushed to stop him, to hold him down. They called the police. They called for help. At the hospital, doctors worked urgently. Her injuries were serious, but she was alive. Police questioned the young man, 30 years old, shaking, angry, and confused. He said he hadn't used drugs, only kratom and marijuana. But officers had doubts. A test was ordered. He now faces criminal charges for assault causing serious harm. Neighbors can't understand it. How could a moment of frustration turn into something so cruel? How could family become the source of pain? In Thai culture, elders are sacred. They are the roots that hold the family together. And when that respect is lost, it feels like something far deeper has been broken. As police continue their work, the question lingers, not just about guilt, but about what's happening inside homes when no one's watching. Then, past midnight, another call came through to emergency lines. A sound echoed through the night, metal against metal, followed by silence. On Pattaya 3rd Road, a young man on a big bike lay motionless, his green Honda CBR 650, a twisted wreck beside him. It was 12:30 a.m. He had the green light, riding fast but straight. Then suddenly, a white pickup truck made an illegal U-turn right in front of him. There was no time to react, no time to slow down. The crash was brutal. Rescue volunteers rushed to the scene, the road still slick from earlier rain. They found the rider unconscious, his breathing weak, his body still. The driver of the pickup, a 50-year-old man, stood nearby, shaking, whispering, "I didn't see him." Police photographed everything: the skid marks, the shattered glass, the damaged truck. Charges of reckless driving are expected. As the young man fights for his life in hospital, the city once again faces the same painful truth. Every night, too many drivers take chances. Too many believe they'll be the one who gets away with it. But fate doesn't negotiate. The road has its own rules, and it never forgives. Maybe in that silence after the crash, we can all hear the reminder that life isn't measured in speed, but in the seconds we choose to slow down. And just when it seemed the week had already seen too much, another story came to light, this time from the digital shadows of the city. For weeks, people noticed strange stickers appearing across Pattaya, on poles, walls, even near bus stops. Each one had a QR code and a mysterious promise of special products. Curiosity turned to concern as more and more appeared around the city, so police decided to scan one. What they found was an illegal online shop, selling banned adult items and chemical inhalants known as poppers. It was all hidden behind those tiny codes. A sting operation was planned. Late Monday night, a team of police, immigration, and district officers set up a trap. An undercover officer placed an order. And within minutes, a man arrived with 2 small bottles. That was the signal. The team moved in fast. 2 suspects were arrested, a Thai national named Sunthorn and a British man named Gary. Inside their rented home, officers discovered shelves full of illegal goods, over 100 banned items, dozens of bottles, and various tablets. The men admitted everything. They had been running the operation for about a year, using QR stickers to reach customers when online sales slowed down. But what shocked the public most wasn't the crime itself, it was how bold it was. Those stickers were everywhere, right where families and tourists walked every day. Authorities have now removed them all and vowed to protect Pattaya's image from being damaged further. Still, this story leaves a strange thought behind: that in our modern world, danger doesn't always shout. Sometimes it hides in plain sight, behind a simple code on a wall. And so, we come to the end of another week in Pattaya. 4 stories, 4 reflections of one city. A city that dances between light and shadow. A stolen necklace on a quiet beach. A grandmother's tears under streetlights. A crash that silenced the night. And a digital crime disguised as stickers. Each story, a heartbeat of reality. Each person, a reminder that behind every headline, there's a human being. Pattaya isn't perfect, but it's alive. It breathes, it falls, it rises again. And that's why we tell these stories, to remember that beauty and chaos can live in the same frame. And that truth, no matter how small, always matters. Pause. Thank you for being here tonight, for listening, for caring, and for standing with Pattaya Info as we uncover the stories that others might overlook. Please like, share, and subscribe so the truth continues to travel beyond the city lights. Until next time, stay safe, stay kind, and good night. From Pattaya Info.